Hello there, you're now with me and Gui for your 5 p.m. English news on TVS. Let's dive into the news. Bringing many benefits and revitalizing our businesses. This was said by business owners in Medan Niaga Satok when receiving a grant that was help them in the recovery of their businesses amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. Among the grants received include a special Prihatin grant or GKP, which was channeled to eligible small and medium enterprises.
The grant is aimed at assisting businesses, especially local SMEs, in reviving the industry.
Boleh lah, sedikit sebanyak boleh membantu sikit. Alhamdulillah lah, kita dapat cover balik lah. Kita dapat beli apa keperluan kita kat kedai ni. Alhamdulillah lah.
Ya, pakai memang modal lah. Pakai modal balik, macam kita ngeluar sikit, kita modal sikit, sikit lah. Sebab kita tidak selalunya untung. Ada masanya kita rugi. Rugilah kita nampung. Untung ada tipis lah.
For Muhammad Fadli Aren, a local entrepreneur, his business was deeply affected prior to the movement control order as district and state travel were not allowed. However, with the grant, now he is able to revitalize his layered cake making business.
Memang berbeza, yang jauh beza dengan sebelum COVID. Dengan semasa COVID memang jauh beza lah. Tambah lagi terkesan dengan sebab kita orang kat sini kan berharap dengan kedatangan pelancong. Bila flight limited memang terkesan lah. Bantuan memang banyak membantu untuk meneruskan perniagaan dari segi pusingan modal. Sebab setelah jualan terjejas sejak PKP, sejak COVID-19.
All business owners in Medan Niaga Satok are now benefiting from the assistance given through various packages directly and indirectly.
Right, in a bid to combat the COVID-19 pandemic, it is important for the government to spend to save lives and the national economy. Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin said the pandemic was very challenging because it posed a threat to people's lives and bettered the economy.
He said this at a Meet the People session at the Institute of Teachers Education, IPG, Tun Abdul Razak campus in Kuching today. He also added that the government had to act fast to book vaccines for the national immunization program because people's lives are precious, forcing the government to spend huge amounts of money to buy medicines, ensure enough hospital beds, and increase the number of doctors and nurses. Meanwhile, Muhyiddin expressed satisfaction with Sarawak's vaccination program and promised to ask the Health Ministry to send more COVID-19 vaccines to the state.
Good news, as a total of 241,758 individuals have completed 2 doses of COVID-19 vaccine under the National COVID-19 Immunization Program as of yesterday, April 1st. Health Minister Dato' Sri Dr. Adam Baba said during the same period, 498,468 individuals had received the first dose, bringing the total number of doses of COVID-19 vaccine administered in the country to 740,226. According to Dr. Adam, Selangor remained the state that has received the highest number of first doses at 69,852, followed by Perak 49,996 and Sarawak 48,079. Meanwhile, Selangor recorded the highest number of individuals who have completed both doses of COVID-19 vaccine, namely 28,616, followed by Sarawak 25,287 and Kuala Lumpur 23,899. Meanwhile, the number of registrations for the National COVID-19 Immunization Program was 7,625,478, or 31.4%, with Selangor recording the highest number at 2,085,983. According to the immunization program, the implementation period of the first phase of vaccination is from February to April. This involves 500,000 frontliners, including health officers. The program will continue for the second phase, which is expected to start from April to August this year, involving 9.4 million senior citizens aged 60 and above. Third phase scheduled from May to February 2022 is for individuals aged 18 and above, targeting about 14 million people. The Immigration Department so far has not received any information from the Royal Malaysian Police or PDRM regarding the involvement of the Immigration Department to a businessman, Dato' Seri Niki Liao Soon Hee, who is currently a man on hunt by the authorities. The department is ready to cooperate with the PDRM if there are officers and members involved in the largest money laundering syndicate in the country, run by the Niki gang. Last Tuesday, National Police Chief Tan Sri Abdul Hamid Badur disclosed 34 personnel from various enforcement agencies who were suspected of their involvement in protecting an organized criminal syndicate that is known as the Niki gang. The group was led by Niki, aged 33, who was the founder of the Winner Dynasty Group located in Setia Wok Puchong in Selangor. Niki is currently on a hunt by the police after 68 of his members were detained in Op Pelikan 3.0 beginning last March from 20th to 28. Hello there and welcome back. Moving on, Malaysia's export and import unit value indices continued to record positive growth in February 2021 at 1.2% month-on-month or MOM and 0.8% MOM respectively. This was stated by the Department of Statistics Malaysia or DOSM.
According to Chief Statistician Dato' Sri Dr. Muhammad Uzair Mahidin, the export unit value index remained positive for the sixth consecutive month, while the import unit value index showed a similar trend which started in December 2020. This was contained in the DOSM External Trade Indices February 2021, which presents the unit value and volume index by sections for both exports and imports of goods. Nevertheless, he said the export volume index declined 3.5% compared with the previous month, attributed to the weak performance of the index of beverages and tobacco, machinery and transport equipment, and manufactured goods. Muhammad Uzair also noted that the seasonally adjusted export volume index registered an expansion of 14% from 142.8 points to 162.7 points. On a year-on-year basis, Malaysia's terms of trade also remained positive at 1.4% from 100.2 points in February 2020.
Now, the ongoing Phase 3 clinical trial Pfizer-BioNTech's COVID-19 vaccine showed its protection remains high for up to 6 months after the second dose. Results from the analysis of 927 confirmed symptomatic cases of COVID-19 observed in the pivotal Phase 3 study. It showed that the Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine was 91.3% effective against COVID-19, which was measured 7 days through up to 6 months after the second dose. According to a joint statement of the two companies, the vaccine was 100% effective against severe disease. This is as defined by the United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and 95.3% effective against severe COVID-19 as defined by the U.S. Food and Drugs Administration. Additionally, safety data from the Phase 3 study have been collected from more than 12,000 vaccinated participants who have a follow-up time of at least 6 months after the second dose, demonstrating a favorable safety. The new results came a day after the two companies announced the vaccine has demonstrated 100% efficiency and robust antibody responses in a trial in adolescents 12 to 15 years of age. Now, property developers in ASEAN have been urged to embrace innovation and explore new partnerships. Housing and Local Government Minister Dato' Zuraida Kamarudin said this would enable the region to emerge stronger post-pandemic. She said so at the ASEAN Property Developer Awards 2020 ceremony hosted by Depri Infinitus Media. She also commended the award specialist organizer on its initiative to gather ASEAN property developers in a bid to connect Malaysian players with their regional counterparts. Among winners of the ASEAN Property Developer Awards 2020 were Mahsing Group Berhad, Tan and Tan Development Berhad, and Uda Holdings Berhad under the Best Developer category. Affirm Plus Properties won the Real Estate Agency of the Year award, while Best Boutique Developer went to Venice Assets Sendirian Berhad. The Lifetime Achievement Award went to Tan Sri Leong Hoi Kum, Group Managing Director and Group Chief Executive of Masing Group. Now wrapping up the 5 p.m. news, at least 36 people were killed and some 70 remain trapped in wreckage after Taiwan train derailed in a tunnel on Friday. The crash, which also injured more than 40 passengers, is the island's worst rail disaster in at least 4 decades.
The Taiwanese fire department said the train came off the rails north of Hualien in eastern Taiwan. Images of the crash scene shows carriages inside the tunnel ripped apart from the impact, while others crumpled, hindering rescuers reaching passengers. Taiwan media said the train was carrying around 350 people, and many people were standing as the train was so full and were thrown about when it crashed. Between 80 to 100 people were evacuated from the first 4 carriages of the train, while carriages 5 to 8 have deformed and are hard to gain access to. The official Central News Agency said a truck that was not parked properly was suspected of sliding into the path of the train. The accident occurred at the start of a long weekend for the traditional Tomb Sweeping Day. Taiwan's mountainous east coast is a popular tourist destination, and the railway line from Taipei down the east coast is renowned for its tunnels and route that hugs the coast just north of Hualien, where the crash occurred.
And that wraps up the 5 p.m. English news on TVS. As usual, don't forget to tune in for the Nightline at 11:30 p.m. with Cheryl Shaminato. With that, I'm Handy Gui and have a pleasant day.